It's J Chip here. Vibes are at an all-time high today. We just cashed the slip I gave out yesterday for free. This was 5.75x instead of the 6x. For some reason, we got payout shifted, even though there was, like, if anything, not even positive correlation. It was negative. I explained it in yesterday's video, so we probably should have got even more than a regular 6x payout for this. Anyway, look, greens are greens. You guys got this for absolute free. So very happy how this turned out. Play of the day, Bub Carrington under 8.5 points. Gave this out on all my socials, where you could find in the description of this video. Beautiful hit for 7, so that's gonna green us out. Claxton under 16.5 points. I know some books had him at 15.5 when we were using the tools yesterday. He ends up going under with 12. And Isaiah Collier, 2.5 rebounds, small guard, kind of explained that he did have a lot of competition to get those boards. Guys like Nurkic, Markkanen, even Keontae George in the starting lineup, right? So it would have been difficult for him to even touch 3. I mean, yeah, to touch 2, let alone 3. And they gave it to us at 2.5. The tool liked it. We loved it. We played it. And we're going to cash out another one to bring us to a total of 17.75 units for free given out on the channel so far. So we are profiting like crazy. All thanks to the tools from Parlayers that I will be using as always in today's video. First one, Player Prop Optimizer, compares the best Prizepicks lines back to other apps like Prizepicks and major sports books across the world, just so we could see where we're getting the best value for these lines. We're getting them at full price on Prizepicks, no discounts, nothing. And we could check out discrepancies so we could see kind of obviously which side to be on, if you want to be on over or under. All of that good stuff is here. And the Sharp Money tool compares the Prizepicks lines, yes, back to the major books. Also, instead of to other apps like Prizepicks, comparing it back to exchanges like ProfitX, like Novig, where sharp bettors are offering lines. So sharp bettors are on this over line at plus 150. The higher the plus line, the less likely it is for that play to hit. So the over 2.5, unlikely to hit. You want to be on this under 2 or less, right? So this is another tool that we just dropped. A perfect segue in what I'm about to say next. The tutorial for the Sharp Money tool that so many of you guys have been asking me for since it dropped, let's say 3 to 4 weeks ago. It's finally up on YouTube. That will also be in the description of this video. You can find it in the latest videos on the channel. So make sure you watch that through. It's about a 15-minute video of me breaking down these specific columns on the tool. I have the Player Prop Optimizer. This tutorial has been out for a while now. A lot of people just are asking me, what does this mean? Of course, I break it down in these daily videos, kind of why I'm taking the picks that I'm taking. There's always data behind that. I'm not just guessing or because I like the team or whatever. It's none of that biased stuff. It's because the data checks out on the exchanges that we're taking certain picks. And of course, the tool helps us. They sort the best plays from top to bottom by default. So this, I don't have to go digging too far for the best plays that are currently available on Replay on Prizepicks. We also got Underdog Fantasy and DraftKings Pick 6 for those that are betting across multiple platforms. And you really should be anyway. Do not stick to Prizepicks. Don't get so attached to just one app, right? You want to spread out your wealth, spread out, kind of diverse your portfolio in that way, because sometimes another app or another app like Underdog Fantasy might have better value at the time. So you'd rather get in a slip there, go invest with them at a certain point in the day rather than Prizepicks. Don't force feed Prizepicks. Like I said, everyone loves Prizepicks, so we're gonna have to stick with it today. I have no problem with it. Just, you're really gonna take this seriously. You do want to have as many sports apps, as many fantasy sports apps as possible to kind of split your money across. So with all that being said, let's jump into the tools. I got a fresh restart on these tools to see what the best plays are. That was one I was eyeing before, and hopefully it's still up. Would be beautiful if this play's still up. I cannot believe they bumped it. Oh, they didn't. He's just not on the tool. So let me go on Nurkic here. Okay, so Nurkic was a green play before I started recording, and then I yapped a bit as usual, and then he went down to a yellow play. However, he's still a plus 127 underdog on his over, according to Novig and their sharp bettors, right? So they're offering this over plus 127 line. Why? They want someone to take it. They could be on his under. That means that his under is heavily favored. That's the line that Parlayers is saying we should take on Prizepicks. Again, not a green, just missing that green play, that green ceiling or floor of 53% odds to hit. Just shy of that. He has a minus 131 consensus favorite on his under. And you can see here, he's actually offered at 8.5 on BetOnline. And he has minus 103 to his under 8.5. This means that BetOnline is charging you 3 cents of juice, right? So 3 cents for every dollar that he finishes with 8 or less rebounds. So that's a good 1 rebound discrepancy from our line that we get here on Prizepicks. And you see here just other books. Again, standard minus 140, minus 135 juice to his under 9.5. So we're going to get in this play on Nurkic right away for this Knicks game. This should be a blowout. The Knicks should absolutely kill these guys. I think it was something stupid. The spread, it was really high. So Nurkic is a starter. It's good that we're going on this under here, because if the books are right about that the Knicks make quick work of the Jazz, then he won't see as much of the floor, meaning that he'll have less chance and less chances to get these rebounds, right? So we're gonna go under. We all check the alternate lines just to see. Perfect. We got a nearest goblin at 7.5, and we got a demon at 10.5. So decent. It's kind of good that we don't have a goblin at 8.5. So Prizepicks is basically telling us that it's range 8 to 9, 9.5 kind of range for Nurkic to finish with. All right, so we're going to start with Nurkic. Would have been nice for demonstration purposes just to have him as a green. I promise you he was. It's still good enough to play, just because some books are kind of flip-flopping between his 9.5 and his 8.5 rebounds line. As long as this stays at a 9.5, you're good to play his under. So we're going to keep that there. It's another play that I was looking at before. It's going to be Santi Aldama for under 11.5 points. His over is only a plus 104. Again, this play and Nurkic play, I was eyeing before. I'm like, okay, perfect. I'll get these in the video. They were both green. For some reason, it's a 53. It's not over 53, so that's why it's still yellow. They were green plays though before. Unfortunately, now it's yellow, so they kind of bumped down a bit according to the tool. You could still see here we're getting great discrepancies on the market. We have a couple books here, Pinnacle and BetMGM specifically, that have him at 10.5 points. So what does that mean? We're already getting a discrepancy with his original Prizepicks line from 11.5. So we already get that point discrepancy in our favor. And you see here when he is offered at 11.5, they have strong, I'd say average minus 130 juice to his under 11.5. So this is going to be good enough for me to run this play at 11.5. So I do still like his under here. Aldama, decent play. That should be a super tight game versus the Clippers. I know Aldama's off the bench, and I believe that, actually, let me just make sure with you guys here. I don't think he's going to get starting minutes. Yeah, so they have Edie back, and they got Jaren Jackson playing the power forward center. Santi, I believe, is a power forward. So the only guy that's out is Ja Morant. I believe Vince Williams is going to sub in at that point guard spot for the starting role. So their top five or their starting five is already set. Santi off the bench. Not sure how many minutes he's going to get, but it's good if it's a tight game. Getting looks at the basket, or getting more looks at the floor than he needs to be. So I'll just do a last refresher. So we got Nurkic under 9.5. The good Novig play, super underdog, super unlikely to go over. And we had that book pricing him at 8.5. So it's good discrepancy there also. Santi Aldama, I'll just run through it again. 11.5, unders minus 130. We got two books that have him at 10.5. Another good discrepancy play. Trying to get the best play out for you guys. Guys, this looks like it's going to be the best play here. Kelly Olynyk points assist off the optimizer, 12.5 points in dimes, minus 128 to his under. We have all kinds of books here, 4 books that have juice to his under 11.5, meaning they believe that there's a good enough chance he finishes with 11 or less points assists. This is going to be a lot for us if we could lock this in at 12.5. They should have a demon at, okay, I was gonna say should have a demon at 13.5 with that kind of production. The Spurs, I believe they're missing their, obviously Wemby's gone. I think Cornette's gone as well. I just want to see who's filling in those roles for the Spurs. So Kelly Olynyk will probably get the start at center. I'm concerned about that a bit. There's also, let me see here, 4.5, 13. Yeah, it's not too bad. I see there's also a little hack I like doing for a points assist line. Let's say for any combo prop, you could kind of just add Linux regular line, let's say, and his assist line, and you could kind of make your own combo prop to see where his true value is at. So I'm assuming that they have a Goblin 2.5, a Demon 4.5. Let's just say he had a 3.5 line. You put 3.5 at it. Let's say his regular line was at 3.5, right? 3.5 dimes. His point sign 8.5. We see here it is regular. So 8.5 plus 3.5 is what? It's 12 combined points assists. And so regardless, we're still getting a discrepancy with the line they're offering here. So you could see that as kind of like a little hack. You guys want to do like a little manual hack, but you really want to stick to the tool for that. That's just something that you could pick up on your own. You could do that really with any combo prop. But it's good here. We have Olynyk under 12.5. He's a 53% chance to hit. A nice green play here. And you see here, as I mentioned before, juice going to his under 11.5. And when he is offered at 12.5, like our Fanatics, he's a strong minus 140 to go under. So this is going to wrap up our slip here. We got under 9.5 rebounds. We got that book offering him at 8.5. And we have strong, I believe, plus 127, plus around 130 to his over on Novig. So we know that he's very unlikely to go for 10 or more rebounds. So we take his under 9.5. Santi Aldama, 11.5 points. He's got multiple books that are offering him at 10.5 points. He's off the bench in a close game against the Clippers. So hopefully he doesn't see too much of the floor. Kelly Olynyk, we just checked. 4 books that have him at 11.5. They have juice going to his under 11 points assist. And you see here his combo prop should be around that 12, 11.5 true mark. So we're comfortable taking his under here also. Another all NBA slip, all unders for this one. It's going to be a 6x. Thankfully, no payout shift for this one. We get the full amount. Again, we're up 17.75 units since the start of these free videos for you guys. So as always, like the video, subscribe for more free plays. Don't forget to check out the Sharp Money tool tutorial that I posted just today. Kind of get acquainted with this part of the tool, kind of get acquainted with this betting tool, how I use it, how I greenlight plays. If you guys kind of want more in-depth analysis just of me breaking down specific plays from this end of the tool. And that's gonna wrap up this video. I'll get it in right now. I'll get this uploaded before Prizepicks bumps any slips, any plays as they usually do. And I'll see you in the next recap. Have a good one.